Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to another deep dive from the Indie Leverage Smart Shopper perspective.
That's right.
We're experienced creators ourselves, music, podcasts, video, whatever you're making. And the whole point here is just to help you shop smarter. We dig into specific gear.
And today, we've got the PQRQP 3-in-1 wireless lavalier microphone system. Found it on Amazon.
Ah, yes, that one.
Yeah, and the price we saw was floating around, what, $39.98?
About $40, yeah. Which, straight away tells you it's aimed at the budget end of things.
Absolutely. So we're putting on our creator hats here, looking at the product page, the specs, but also, really importantly, what actual users are saying, trying to figure out if this little mic setup is actually, a smart buy for certain creators.
Okay, so what's the main pitch? What is it, fundamentally?
Well, it's a wireless lab system. You get the little clip-on mics. Actually, you get two of them, two transmitters.
Two mics, okay.
Yeah, and the kind of standout feature they're pushing is this 3-in-1 universal receiver.
Right, that receiver part sounds interesting. It's supposed to connect to pretty much everything.
That's the claim. iPhones, including the newer iPhone 15s, Androids, laptops, PCs, even cameras.
How does it do that? All the different plugs.
It has built-in connectors, USB-C, a 3.5mm jack, and Lightning. So theoretically, no adapters needed.
Okay. If that actually works smoothly, that's a pretty big deal for creators hopping between devices.
It really is. And they're claiming up to 328 feet of range.
Wow.
Using 2.4G tech. And get this, up to 18 hours of operation.
18 hours? How?
Well, that's based on using both mics, and they say each mic gets about 9 hours on a single charge.
Okay, 9 hours per mic. That makes more sense. Still pretty decent if true.
Yeah, plus built-in noise canceling for, quote, crystal clear audio, and features like reverb and mute buttons.
Okay, those are the specs on the box, so to speak. But what about the reality? What are people saying in the reviews?
Well, the big positive that comes up again and again is ease of use. People really like that it's plug and play.
No app needed.
No app needed, just plug it in and go.
Yeah.
That's a huge plus for many. They generally report the sound quality as clear.
Clear, okay.
And they say the noise cancellation works pretty well, in most normal situations.
Right. Not expecting miracles in a hurricane, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that 3-in-1 receiver versatility, that gets a lot of praise too. People confirm it works with their phones, their camcorders.
So it does seem to deliver on that multi-device promise.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And folks generally feel it's good value for that $40 price point. They feel sturdy enough for the price, and it's nice and compact.
That ease of use, the plug and play, the multi-device thing, that sounds genuinely useful, especially if you're creating content on the go.
For sure.
But, okay, the flip side. At $40, there have got to be some trade-offs, right? What are the negatives people mention?
Yeah, definitely trade-offs. The main one seems to be build quality. Someone called it a bit plasticky. And noted there's no magnetic clip option, just the standard plastic clip. So you got to rely on that.
Yep.
And while the noise reduction gets praise, it's reportedly not perfect if you're in really noisy places, which, is often true for lavs anyway.
True. And movement noise.
Yeah.
If it rubs on your shirt.
Yeah, some mentioned potential for clicking or muffled sounds if the mic gets moved around while recording. Standard lav issue, but worth being aware of.
And what about that 18-hour battery claim? Does that hold up?
Seems less consistent. User reports are kind of all over the place. Some say they get maybe 10 hours total, or 7.
Okay.
Others reported much less, like only 3 or 4 hours before needing to recharge. So that 18-hour figure might be a bit optimistic, let's say.
Yeah. Best case scenario, perhaps. Any other red flags?
Well, a couple of isolated things. One foreign review said the sound wasn't actually better than their phone's built-in mic.
Oh, interesting.
And another, unfortunately, got a broken unit. Plus, one English review mentioned that pairing the mics could be a little finicky sometimes. And a practical note for creators using this for, actual business content. The Assyrian warranty info on the page. It explicitly says their Complete Protect plan doesn't cover products used commercially or for a business.
Ah, good catch. Important detail for our smart shopper audience.
Definitely something to keep in mind.
So let's synthesize this. Considering the price, the features, the good and the bad user feedback, who is this PQRQP mic really for? Who gets the most strategic value here?
I think it really seems best suited for creators who are maybe just starting out, or definitely those on a tighter budget,
Makes sense.
or anyone who mainly records using mobile devices and needs that flexibility to switch between, say, their phone and their laptop quickly.
Yeah, that plug-and-play multi-device thing is probably the killer app here.
Absolutely. It's a massive time saver if you're doing quick content grabs on different devices.
Hmm.
And getting 2 mics for $40, that's pretty great for quick interviews or if you're doing collaborative stuff. It's likely a definite step up from just using your phone's internal mic,
Hmm.
especially for clearer voice in, reasonably quiet settings. So good for vlogs, maybe initial podcast recordings, simple voiceovers for videos.
Yeah, it's clearly not aiming to be your main studio mic. But for $40, it sounds like a super versatile, easy entry point, or maybe even just a really handy backup for mobile-first creators or anyone watching your budget.
Exactly. You just have to acknowledge the downsides we mentioned. The build might feel a bit cheap. It might struggle in super loud environments. Battery life could be variable.
Know its limits.
Right. It seems built to get you recording wirelessly on almost anything, quickly and affordably. It's not trying to be a super robust, pro-level solution for every single situation.
So, thinking about this, for you, the listener, how do you weigh that? Leveraging really affordable, versatile tools like this one to just start creating or handle those quick-fire needs versus maybe saving up longer for something more high-end or specialized. When does good enough audio actually let you create more content faster than holding out for perfect audio? Something to think about.